Oh, there's music here. I hope this isn't copyrighted. Okay, so there's a platform, there's a key dispenser, but oh, a Relto slip. I don't know what that will get us, but it's interesting. Dr. Watson. 2603, okay. I can't take it. After all of our efforts to ensure everyone's safety down here in the cavern, yet another accident has taken the life of another friend. It's too much. For years, I've been stressing that the restoration must be handled carefully, that extreme caution should be our byword. There is no reason to rush. Then recently, the Explorer began showing up. Despite our warnings, despite our statements that we're moving and working as quickly and safely as we can, it wasn't fast enough for them. They just don't comprehend. We've been working down here for over 10 years. Yet they think that they know better, that we can just approve areas more quickly. I've tried to impress upon them the importance of moving slowly, deliberately, carefully. My warnings seem to fall on deaf ears. Their enthusiasm is understandable. Their disregard for the safety of the people down here is not. When Phil returned, he'd been gone for over a year after he disappeared behind the door we were. Unable to open on Eater Chemo. Wait, what door was there on Eater Chemo? Oh, Phil had completed Yeesha's hand symbol, the journey cloth things. He had been able to go through that door. We had worried about him, hoping he was still okay. It was great to have him back, and to know that he was okay. But he was just as willing to risk his safety and disregard our precautions as the explorers now. Just a few weeks after his return, he was in an unauthorized area today, and was killed when a wall collapsed on him. Oh, so he disappeared through a door in Eater Chemo for a year, and then he was killed by the collapsing wall. That was when Douglas Sharper had stolen his Relto. The accidents must be stopped. It started with Branch being killed in an accident in one of our trips in 91. Then, the death of Elias in 93, because his obsession with the restoration had caused him to neglect his health. Then, all the needless injuries suffered by various restoration engineers over the years, and now the death of Phil. That is the final straw. It has to stop. I cannot bear the responsibility of the restoration any longer. The price is too high. I don't know where I'm going. I've been wandering the tunnels for days, no direction, no purpose, trying to clear my mind. Nothing happy about this new year. I keep running over it in my head. I've been so committed to this project for so long, maybe I've been deluding myself about the truth. What if we've been wrong all along? What if Jeff's been right? Who's Jeff? Maybe the restoration should take a completely different direction. It's hard to imagine that I'm saying this. I'm still in denial that we've spent so many years of our lives leading in the wrong direction. But the very fact that I can even entertain it as a possibility means something. The restoration cannot continue as we had planned. It breaks my heart, but I know deep down that it's true. So much time, so many plans, so much gone. So much. I still can't believe I'm even, whoops, accidentally clicked, even thinking this. But that's the way it has to be. Will the other restoration members understand? Maybe. The explorers won't, I'm sure. Can't be helped. The restoration can't continue after these events. But all that work, all that progress we were making, no words to describe how angry it makes me, even while knowing inside that this is how it must be. Such a waste. No, there must be a way. Something else we can do to continue the restoration and still ensure everyone's safety. Surely now that people have seen tragedy firsthand, they'll recognize the importance of our caution is. Depression. It won't work. We tried that for months. Even Phil's death won't change it. I realize now that Atrus was right. He said that the city in the cavern should not be restored. I believed for years that his damnation didn't include those of us from the surface, that we could somehow be a loophole in his concerns. But he was right. I finally see that now. Wait, so the DRC actually had contact with Atrus? Or did they merely find some of his books and read that he didn't wish to restore Denis? What do we do now? Phil said that he had been on a journey and was convinced that there was a better way. I need to talk to Ikuro. Or Ikiro? I find myself here, in a familiar place that suddenly holds so much more meaning, here at the very crossroads, the pivotal juncture of Denis and human intertwining. This very room is where Tiana once rested with her young son Gen, where Gen and his own son Atrus slept along their journey. Oh, this is in the shaft. So for those of you that don't know, there are a series of novels for the Myst series. There's the Book of Atrus, the Book of Tiana, and then the Book of... No, the Book of Miriam didn't come out till later. Maybe it's just the Book of Denis. But, so Tiana is Atrus's grandmother, and she was just a surface dweller that lived with her father in the cleft, that place that we had seen at the very beginning of Uru. And they were investigating this, entryway into Denis, and when her father died, Tiana went down on her own and was captured by the Denis, and that's where she met Atrus's grandfather, Atrus. I think it was spelled a little bit differently. Maybe exactly the same. I forget. But she ended up marrying him, and that caused a huge rift. And all of those histories that we had read in Denis about the fall, about the plagues, they cycled back. They came back. And Veovis used the plague, or a similar plague, maybe one that he had adapted, to wipe out the Denis. But Tiana and Gen were able to escape and go back to the surface. And Gen eventually brought Atrus, his own son, back to Denis to learn the art of writing and to reclaim their Denis heritage. And if you guys have watched the rest of the Myst series that I've made a Let's Play series for, videos for, then you'll know that things have been pretty tumultuous ever since the relationship between Atrus and his father, Atrus and his sons. And yeah, so this is the shaft. A tiny resting place half the distance up or down the great shaft itself. A pause halfway between here and there. I find myself here. It's been my pause, my chance to ponder. I've been wandering for 3 weeks, grieving, thinking, fasting, reflecting, pausing from the cares of work, of rebuilding, of rules, of structure, of people and places, of frictions and factions, of life and death. And now I realize that I've only looked on Denis as bones. My rebuilding was only an attempt to reassemble the dry, dead bones into a dry, dead skeleton. No more alive, but arranged to poorly mimic what was once alive. I somehow thought that those dried bones could live again and become the storyteller, telling me things I long to know. I still long to know. I still feel a calling. I am meant to be a part of Denis, somehow. I am drawn here because it holds an answer for me. But now I understand that I need more than a dead story from a pile of bones. I need a storyteller who lives. And so here I am, small, on the edge of vast unknown. This place that seems so appropriate. I've come to a conclusion that goes against who I was, but fills me with life and hope. I will take a leap of faith. I will take a new journey. The journey that Phil encouraged me to take for myself. A journey that is out of my control. I will jump into something and lose myself. Take a journey to places unknown, whose end is not yet written. I will follow Yeesha's mysterious beckoning. Somehow, even writing it lifts my spirit. I'm returning to the surface to do just that. And you, friend, if you have not already done so, should do the same. Leap without truly understanding what lies beneath, and let a glimpse of the future rise up to meet you. I'm terrified, but also full of hope that Denis can now truly be restored, alive again. And the storyteller will be alive, and it will be me. Okay. So that's Dr. Watson's writings, and that doesn't seem to be a door that we can go through. It seems like a bed, a cot. We can't activate this machine at all. Wait. Oh, is this a door? And I just never saw it? Let me go back. Oh yeah. It just wasn't really marked very clearly. Whoa! Whoa! I did not mean to do this. Perhaps the ending has not yet been written. Oh, that's the end screen for To Denis. But I wanted to see more of the shaft. What is this? Oh, I know what this is and the reason why it's not playing. I turned off music because of the copyright stuff. But this looks like the music player from Riven. Now, will I have a link to that part of the age, or... Oh yeah, I do have a link to it. Did it reorder everything? It looks like it may have. That's interesting. Well, I'll go back, and this time I will make sure that I run down the shaft properly. Because it was so dark in there, I could not see the edge. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, so it seems to be carved. Oh, was there an elevator? I cannot see anything. This is bad. I mean, it's very possible that I'll run into a part that I cannot see. I think I've turned around. Yeah, I've turned around. It is so dark in here. Maybe I'll do first person? Okay, that's a little bit better. Whoa. I am falling. Again. Maybe you're just not supposed to go down there, or up, or around. I'll try it one more time, and this time I'll run in the opposite direction. There must have been an invisible gap that I just couldn't see. I don't know how I didn't miss it the other time. Okay, first person. I'll run along this edge and... Wow. This must be scary. point is that it's so dark around the rim, and it looks like you're always meant to fall. That's just probably the leap that Dr. Watson was describing. So that was the actual ending of To Denis. Wow. So I've completed the Path of the Shell, and I've completed To Denis. Yeah, it was great that we were able to use that last coordinate in order to find, I suppose the Great Zero was the one that activated the Path of the Shell symbol, which then led us to the shaft. So Dr. Watson wants to be the storyteller. Okay. Now here's the hard part. In order to finish the game, to actually finish this game, I need to make that jump. I need to make that jump on Greason. Wish me luck. Okay, back in Greason. And I need to make that jump before I can finish the game. This is it. As far as I know, and as far as my memory serves, the last pillar is the last objective of Myst Uru. Because then you fulfilled Yeesha's quest to free the Least. But I've been having issues with this world, in particular because of potentially the frame rates. Ah, no! We've already missed that round. Aww. Yeah, so what I recall from that one time that I was experiencing a lot of failures was if I go off backwards, it shunts me back on. If I walk off forwards, it shunts me back on. If I wonder if I can practice on that rock. Oh no. Yeah, because walking was the only way I was able to actually do this the last time. Here, let me do this thing again. Whoop! Whoop! Oh no. This... Fortunately, I might be able to get my hands on DX Story. I think it has a frame rate limiter so that I won't be constantly clipping through this. Supposedly with a lot of older games, modern frame rates are just too high, and you're essentially controlling your character, not at super speed, but it's a reason why you clip. Now, I can try a walk jump. I've heard everything from you have to get on the lower platform to this to that. I made it! I made it! I made it! Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, what luck. I might actually be able to finish Uru then. Oh, okay. Oh, wait 1 minute. I'm going to go about this very slowly. I'm going to get this hand symbol, because I've already gotten all of them, but I'm going to get this one so that I never, ever have to jump onto this rock again. Oh, okay. So in the event that I fail going down here, I'll be able to port back to this rock, and then I won't have to worry about that. Okay, so let's see. Whoop. Okay, good, 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 good. Now, I think I was able to leap all the way before. Good. I got it. This is it. I'm finally going to be able to give the last pillar back. Okay. I'm just listening for the sound of the bahro. Hear them? Oh, they're so creepy. Whoa. You can actually hear them in your ears. Like one... Wait, do they have wings? Do they fly? I thought I heard a flapping.
Let me tell you of King Karath. Dare I speak ill of him? One of the great kings, but yet he was the maker of the proud. For it was his system of guilds that served as the foundation of power and corruption. The powerful need control, fortresses and garrisons to guard their power. And soon the guarding is yet another thing to be proud of. Layers within layers built to preserve their ages and their pride from the weak and least who might attack from without. And yet it is from within that most nations fall. And so the mighty garrisons of Denis now stand vacant. The journeys are complete. Now take the final pillar. Take it, but hear all I've said. It's the whispers and murmurs that reveal the simple truths. You hold the precious soul of a bahro in your age, in your hand. Such things are not meant to be held. Do what I do. I have learned things, seen things, written things they never thought possible. I have seen the real treasures that are protected by the petty fences of their rules. I have found the precious gold buried deep beneath the weighty mountains of their laws. This is my journey too. I am returning what has been given. These years I've spent, this path I've traveled, this gift I've been given, this purpose weighs on me, my burden, the legacy of my father Atrus. For we are shaping Denis. We will mold what comes after. We cannot keep the power and the pride from ruining this new Denis, but we can prepare those who will read between the lines. The least are returning. The stream in the cleft is returning. Life is returning. The fissure is returning. The circle will be completed when you give back what you have taken. You must return.
Wow. So she mentioned that my Relto, my age, holds the spirit of one of the least, one of the bahro. Is it possible that the reason why in part that this is supposed to be a multiplayer game in MMO is that potentially hundreds of people are supposed to perform this exact same quest, release the pillars and free their respective bahro and eventually help them become their own people again? And this is the last pillar, and it said that this chamber was going to become whole as soon as I returned it. Wow. I'm gonna take a picture of this for posterity's sake. All right. And there's only one more thing to do, and that's to jump back into the stars. The final pillar. So they're all here. And what do? Do I touch the hand symbols again? To release them at last? I'll take a picture of this too. Because I have a feeling that once this is gone, it's never gonna come back. But that's the point of this quest. It's to return what was taken. That's actually what these books say over here. I think this is for the base game. Yeah, the truth of the man is found in darkness. The proud, their security is their undoing. A shallow glimpse can deceive, look closer. When all is taken, the only hope that remains is what is given by another. Through this giving, both are redeemed. So, by undoing what the Denis had done back during their reign, we're freeing them. Okay, let's start this. That's for Eater Gira and Eater Chemo. That's for Teledon. That's for Kiddush Tolesa. And that's for Garrison. But they're still here. Do we just have to go back? She said that we had to go back to the chamber. Okay. I think I'll go back to this one. It's one of the easier ones to get to. And I'll say hello to my Firefly friends for one last time. Yeah, that's the symbol of the desert bird again. And there's the gardens. The gardens of Shamat. Oh, that's actually the door. It's closer than I thought. Well, I'm still gonna say hello one last time to Firefly friends. Maybe I'll even take them with me into the cavern. Oof. Unless they leave me outright and go, nope. We are not gonna go into a Barrow cavern. That's scary. Okay, I think I have at least a couple with me. Yeah, I do. I still thought it was hilarious when I only had a singular Firefly with me that one time. That was hilarious. And I can't run with these guys, so I'm just gonna have to take them with me. Wow, this has been such an adventure. It's been wonderful going back through the entirety of Myst Uru and its expansions. And it was sort of sad going into Phil's Relto and looking at the dozens of books that were never created, that we would never be able to explore. Oh, yep, they left me. Still the same noises. Ah, everything is orange. This is different. I'll take a picture of this too. So, is the point that we're supposed to... Can I click on these?
Your journey has begun. You can't imagine how these small things...
Okay. So, oh right, this was the first one that I had ever completed. Okay. Oh, so that brings back the first one. I wonder if I should keep tabs of the order in which I do them. Because those are the same symbols that we found back in the cleft. Uru, cleft, pillar, symbols. So that's the eye. And it looks like we have that. I don't believe I can jump to the other ones. I have to... Oh, it's no longer the star field. It's Denis.